Good day. My name is Annalisa B. Tripoli, a second-year criminology student of Jose Rizal Memorial State University. I am here to discuss to you about the principles of marksmanship. There are 6 principles of marksmanship. First, dominant eye. Second, aiming point. Third is the breath control. Fourth is the trigger control. 5 is the proper grip. And 6 is the firing position. First, dominant eye, or the identify your dominant eye. Your dominant eye is the one that provides a slightly for greater degree of input to the visual part of your brain and more accurately release information about the location of the object. This is the simple dominant eye test to determine which eye is your preferred eye. 1. Extend your arms in front of you and create a triangular opening between your thumbs and forefinger by placing your hands together at a 4 to 5 degree angle. 2. With both eyes open, center this triangular opening on the distant object, such as a wall clock or doorknob. 3. Close your left eye. 4. If the object stays centered, your right eye, the one that opened, is your dominant eye. If the object is no longer framed by your hands, your left eye is your dominant eye. The second principles of marksmanship is the proper placement of aiming point. It refers to the precise alignment of the rifle or handgun sight with the target. The aiming points which are commonly used are the 6 o'clock hold, 12 o'clock hold, and center hold. There is a proper aiming when correct slight alignment. Sight picture is also the relationship between the rear sight and the front sight of the target with respect to the eye. This refers from sight alignment only by adding the bullseye or aiming points of the front blade. The picture shows below is the correct slight alignment and sight illustration. And the second picture is the errors in sight alignment. The third marksmanship is the breath control. It refers to the control of breathing to help keep the rifle steady. A complete respiratory cycle lasts for 4 to 5 seconds, inhaling and exhaling, and seconds. This pose can be extended up to 8 to 10 seconds without any special labor and unpleasant sensations. It is during this pose, between breath, that the shooter shall fire the shoot. The reason is that during the respiratory pose, the breathing muscles are relaxed, thus the shooter avoids strain from diaphragm. Also, thinking of the need of the breath does not break his concentration. If the holding of the breath is not sufficient to allow the shoot to be fired within the required time, hold, fire, release the trigger, and resume normal breathing and repeat that process. This is the proper breathing control. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and hold breath and shoot. Inhale, exhale. The fourth principle is the trigger control. It is the independent action of the forefinger on the trigger, pulling it straight to the rear with uniformly increasing pressure until the weapon is fired. These are the guidelines for proper trigger control. First, the trigger finger location is where it falls naturally on the trigger. Second, the slack or free play in the trigger is taken up first. Third, apply pressure with the trigger finger only. 4. Trigger finger must be in arc position to avoid contact with the side of the gun. There are errors in trigger control. Flinching, the muscular tension or reaction in participation of the recoil. It includes the movement of the head, closing the eyes, moving the shoulder to the rear, or their combination. A. Jerking, an attempt to make pistol fire at a certain instances or rapidly applying pressure on the trigger. B. Follow through, the continued and physical application of the fundamentals after each round has been fired. The shooter must not shift position, move his head, or bring down the pistol for a few seconds. C. Calling the shot, the prediction of the shot where the hits are on the target. The fifth principles of marksmanship is the proper grip. The proper grip provides the shoulder with maximum control of the weapon. The most important feature of the grip is uniformity. To maintain a natural sight alignment, the shooter must hold the weapon firmly. He must be able to apply positive straight to the rear pressure on the trigger that will not disturb the slightly alignment when the hammer falls. These are the methods of proper grip for handguns or rifles. A. Pick up the pistol or revolver with a non-shooting arm on the barrel in the end of the slide and keep muzzles downrange. Rifle should be picked up with the non-shooting by the handle. B. Spread the index finger and the thumb of the shooting hand apart to form a V with the thumb held slightly lower than the index finger. Push the web or V of the shooting directly under the thumb of the grip safety. Do not roll them. C. Wrap the three lower fingers around the gun and should exert equal pressure. Straight to the bottom of the V, the heel of the shooting arm should be held up to main spring housing. D. The thumb should be exerted very little pressure to tightening of the muscles. Controlling the thumb will cause some tightening of the muscles controlling the trigger finger. E. Placement of the trigger finger should be where it falls naturally on the trigger. This is usually at the tip at first joint of the trigger finger regardless of hand size and finger length. Last, correct pressure of the grip is when the shooter can hold without trouble of free action on the trigger. The last principle is the firing position. Firing position should be properly selected in order to establish a great alignment on target. These are the firing position with the rifle. There are 4: standing, kneeling, sitting, and prone. First, standing is used during assault to engage surprise to the target and when no other position can be used. In an actual marksmanship firing, this position involves fundamental position. The legs is normal paces, body is slightly forwarded, the hands forward with a handgun or sideways position if along firearm. B. Kneeling. The knees kneel in normal paces depending on the comfortability of the firer. C. Sitting is suitable for the ground that slopes gently upward and when there are obstacles that hinder good target acquisition. This includes cross-legs position. Last, prone. It provides the most stable platform for engaging the targets and present a low silhouette and easily adapted with the use of cover and support. squeeze the trigger